So my name is M. Pavan Kumar, and I have totally 15 plus years of experience. And I initially started the career as a .NET developer, but nearly I worked on all Microsoft technologies like C Sharp.NET, VB.NET, ASP.NET, and MVC, Angular. Okay, and I have worked on with the different databases like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, and all Microsoft tech applications. Just now I told you, and even I worked on AWS, Amazon Web Services. Even I have done the certification on this AWS, and I have been from last 3 years. I have been working on with the Snowflake. Okay, and I have provided the trainings on SQL Server and .NET also, .NET Framework, and .NET Core, and I have given the trainings on AWS, and now again I'm giving the trainings on Snowflake itself. Okay, so in this is about me and what are the technologies so far I worked on, and what are the technologies even earlier I have given the trainings, and what I'm going to teach now here. And these are now, after completing this demo, you can understand what is this, and at least these concepts, that is what is Snowflake, where Snowflake is useful, what are the key benefits of Snowflake, what are competitors of Snowflake, what are job opportunities, and after learning the Snowflake, what is the job market. Okay, that also you can learn. And about the course content I will show you here. So what I am going to cover in the next upcoming classes, that I will explain here in the course content. And about the prerequisites for learning the Snowflake. So before going to start the Snowflake, what we have to know, that also we can see here. Okay, so first one, it is what is Snowflake. So Snowflake is a simple terms, cloud based data warehousing. Cloud based data warehousing. Okay, so in generally, I think you know about the data warehousing. First, I will provide a sample example before going to start in depth about the Snowflake. So suppose, let us take, we have a supermarket. Let us take two supermarkets are there. One it is in India, and another one in USA. Suppose let us take this is in India, okay, and this is in USA. Okay, so one it is in India, another one it is in USA. And each supermarket, suppose you are going to a supermarket and purchasing something. Okay, a person went to the supermarket and purchase something. Okay, so after purchasing here, we should have a billing counter. Each supermarket contains a billing counter, multiple billing counters, right? Billing counter 1 and billing counter 2. Let us take multiple billing counters. Okay, this is, let us take this is a billing counter 1 and a billing counter 2, that is in USA. Okay, and similarly here also, one billing counter and another one is a billing counter 2. Two billing counters are there. So if you go and purchase something in the any supermarket, after doing the transaction, it has to be stored in a database. Nothing but it's a data warehouse. Let us take, here we have a database. So something, you go there and you purchase something. Here also, okay, this is about the database. So each transaction, whatever you buy something, it has to be tracked in the database. Okay, this is 1 DB and it is in another DB. So all these transactions, how many billing counters are there? Different billing counters are there, but all should be tracked in a DB. All these should be tracked under the 1 DB, right? So based on this, sorry. So here, suppose you went there and you purchase some product, then immediately the transaction has to be tracked under the 1 DB. So in generally, which product you bought and what price you bought and the time, at what time you bought this, all these details, it should be under existing 1 DB. Here also similarly same. but these two comes under the two different regions, not in a single place, right? So suppose you wanted to generate a report. Why in generally why will track all this? In generally to create a report. Report means what are the reports we will generate? Even we can give directly also, right? But why they are maintaining all these details? Why they are maintaining the transaction? Because suppose the business owner, he wants to see top 10 products. Okay, top 10 products which is selling uh, from the store, from the what we call from the from his shop. Okay, the top 10 products. Similarly, like last year sales, last year sales to current year sales at present time. Okay, and the uh, peak time means like at what time uh, more customers are coming. Peak time of peak time for customers purchasing the product. Okay, like this, he wants to check all these reports. Okay, so these reports can be generated by using, in generally what we will use here, Power BI or quick link. There are different tools are there outside in the market, they can use to generate a report from the database. So each transaction is stored in the database. This transaction can be created into a different reports because this is a raw data, right? So one person came, he purchased one product, and another person came, he purchased a different product. We will have a completely raw data here, different times and different regions and different data, different products. All these can be generated as a report by using Power BI. But these two are in a two different regions, not in a single region. Okay, and here we don't have any central repository, right? These two comes under a, this is in separate region, this is in another region. Now in general what we call here, it is OLTP. Now let's see here, OLTP. Now come to this document again. Snowflake is a cloud-based data warehousing. What is OLTP? Online Transactional Processing System. Just now I told you here, right? OLTP. So this is the online transaction you done here. So this transaction is common for whatever it may be the suppose if you go to a medical shop, that is also same. If you go to something general market, that is also same. Something you went to the supermarket, that is also same. Okay, so something you went to the petrol pump, that is also same. You are going to pay something through online, and that the transaction has to be maintained under the 1 DB. That we call it as a OLTP, online transactional processing system. Online transactional processing system. So it's there is no direct transaction here, right? Completely everything has done by a online only. Capturing day-to-day live transactions data into database server. Capturing day-to-day live transaction, that is, you purchase something and paid some amount, immediately the transaction detail has to be stored under the database server. That we call it as a OLTP. So here, come to here again, this we call it as a OLTP, online transactional processing system. Actually here we have done in India. Similarly, one more all these transactions has happened in some other places also, right? That is in USA. So to generate a report, we don't have a proper data here. Database have all the transactional details, but not have a central repository, and not we can't able to generate a proper report by using direct transactional data. So in that case we will use ETL. ETL means extraction, transforming, and loading. This we call as a ETL. So to create ETL, that means by, so again I'm coming here. So here I just now I told you, right, here we have a two different regions. We have done all these transactions. Now we wanted to maintain this one in a in a single repository. So in that case, we will go with Snowflake. Now again you can see here. Okay, Snowflake is a cloud-based application. It is okay, cloud-based data warehousing. It will maintain all these transactions irrespective of the different regions. So you don't need to maintain the database and networking, right? And configurations. Nothing, no need to maintain. Everything taken care by the Snowflake itself. So whatever it may be the transaction you may happen, whatever it may be the data you have, you can simply transfer the data into the Snowflake. Okay. So initially, just now I told you, right, it's a raw data. So from here, just we are dumping the data from the databases or something from different locations or something from the different regions. All this raw data just dump into the Snowflake initially. Let us take this we call as a raw data initially. Okay, raw data can be converted into final data. Final means, sorry, raw data can be converted into this final data. Okay. Okay, raw data can be converted into final data by using ETL. So here raw data contains simple one transaction, one person, the so and so person came and he purchased one product at this time and this is the cost. That's it, right? Suppose now I wanted to select the same product which has sold in a single day. That you can do by performing few queries from the raw data to you can convert that one and finally store in another table in the final data. So that one from here you can generate a report from the Snowflake. Okay, how you are doing that one? By using ETL. E means extraction. We are extracting the data from the raw table. Transforming. We are doing some operations to transform the data, whatever we have from the raw data, and then loading into some other place. That we call it as a loading. ETL. Extraction means business data located in different locations and servers we wanted to extract. That's what I did here. We have the data in two different regions, two different locations. We have extracted that data into a common repository. Okay. So here you may here something you if you purchase a product, we are paying in a rupees. Here suppose if you purchase a product, we are paying in a dollars. Raw data contains different locations, different products, and different price ratios and different discounts. Here we are applying something 10% discount. Here we are applying only 1% discount. Okay. So raw data having the different data, not a proper data here. But simply we are storing that one in a central repository, nothing but it's a Snowflake in our terms. And from here, we are extracting the data into the final report. Okay. So So I wanted to select the one product irrespective of the region. I wanted to store one in a final table. From that here, I would perform a separate operations to generate a report. Okay, understood about ETL. And another one about the transforming, applying some transactions or something transformations. Example, converting in rupees to USD or USD to INR. Just now I told you here. Here we are purchasing in a rupees and here we are purchasing in a dollars. Now I want to convert that one either from Indian rupees to USD dollars or USD dollars to Indian rupees. We can convert that one by using the transformation here. Okay, this is extraction. Extraction means loading the data from the different regions or different locations into a one table, and then doing some operations by transforming the data, and then load the data. After doing the transformation, finally load the data. Loading means loading of transformed and cleaned data into a centralized locations data warehouse. We can load that data into a final table. Okay, this we call as a data warehouse. Here in the market we have a different ETL tools are there. One, it is SSIS. In generally everyone knows that one. And another one is data factory is there. And the recent one, it is a DBT, data build tool. Data build tool. Okay, you can ask any question up to now here. So far what I have explained here, what is OLTP and what is about the Snowflake, the cloud based data warehousing, and what is ETL. Okay, so here, just now I told you what is data warehouse. Just now I told you here, we have after extracting the data, just loading the data into a Snowflake here. Okay, so Snowflake is nothing but a data warehouse. So it's nothing but it's a centralized repository where we will mention or where we will maintain complete data or cleaned data in a separate tables or views. Okay, so initially we can load that one to the raw data format and then to the final format also. Okay, so here Snowflake is a cloud based application, cloud based data warehouse. Just now I told. What is cloud? Okay, cloud means here you no need to maintain any software or hardwares already installed by this company itself. Okay, so earlier before coming to the Snowflake, something like not having a cloud, it's an on-premises. So suppose if you wanted to select that data, if you wanted to store all these one into the database means you have to maintain a separate server, you have to create a separate database, and you have to maintain the network. All these you have to maintain all this. Suppose number of users are increasing means you have to increase the database servers as your own. But here all this stuff can be taken by the Snowflake itself. That means in our terms it's a cloud. Okay, so no need to maintain any software, no need to install any softwares. Okay, hardware is also no need to install. Okay, and all this done, taken care by the Snowflake itself. Okay, and it's a SaaS or PaaS model. I think you know about the SaaS or PaaS. SaaS means software as a service. In generally in few of the interviews also they will ask whether it's a SaaS model or PaaS model. Do you know about the SaaS or PaaS? Okay, SaaS means software as a service or platform as a service. It's a SaaS or PaaS it is. Here we are using the Snowflake as a platform for implementing or something for doing our work. So it's a PaaS it is. And suppose if you are going back and then if you are using any of the service means it's a software as a service. Okay, and another one it is transactional data warehouse. Just now I told you here database. Transactional means here to maintain all these transaction you have to create a database, right? So either it should be in a SQL server or it should be a Oracle or MySQL, whatever it may be. So all these comes under the transactional data warehouse. These are the on-prem applications, not the Snowflake, not the cloud tenancies. Okay, transactional data warehouses means either SQL server, Oracle, DB2, Teradata. All these comes under the transactional databases. Okay, so in this case, what happened here it is, suppose suppose you have suppose the this business owner declared that 50% discount on one of the product. So immediately lot of people are coming into the store doing lot of transactions. So what happened here it is the number of users are increasing here. So immediately he has to scale up the database. That is not possible immediately if you are maintaining a transactional data warehouse because it's a on-prem. Okay, something the load is increasing into the database, it has to extend. If load is coming down, it has to reduce the database servers, right? So that immediately not possible by using the transactional data warehouses, but that can be achievable by using the Snowflake. Okay, transactional means it's a on-prem one. Next, Snowflake it's a cloud-based one, cloud-based data warehouse. No need to install any software. Just now I told you here itself. All the softwares, all the hardwares, and the network configurations, everything taken care by the Snowflake itself. Simply you can create a account and then use that services directly. Okay, everything in cloud itself. Okay, you no need to uh, install nothing. No need of any infrastructure maintenance. Okay, and here entire Snowflake is divided into three layers. Just now we have discussed this, right? OLTP, ETL, report generation, and online transactional, that is a traditional data warehouse, and the Snowflake.